All right, good evening and welcome once again to a Wednesday night draft storm. The winds are picking up, and football season is coming. So it's here and it's moving fast. We're already going to be in week two. We're going to be double dipping this week because the NFL starts their season. So lots of football all around this weekend for the football fans out there. But before I get going, I want to talk about real quick our sponsor of the night, Gianna Via's. If you want some good Italian food, some great food, they have some great specials, wings. They got a little bit of everything, and they just Italian food. Head out to Cassie Village, 5301 Grove Road. You got a big party. Call ahead for reservations, 412-882-6500. Jump on www.giannavia.com. They will be on my tap list. What's on tap here soon? I gotta figure out their beers. They got like 13 or 14 beers on tap, so they're going to be a big one to enter our tap room, our what's on tap list. So, Gianna Via's Casti Village. Go on out, grab some food, beer. Great atmosphere. It's a great place to go. Uh, Bring your family and friends out there. Week one is in the books, and I got to bring my partner on here, Schneider. How you doing, Schneider?
PSU 1-0, baby.
Well, they played
One
Nevada,
cupcake
so
down, two to go.
yeah, that's sort of a shame, but I mean, it is what it is. You got Nevada, you got
Woo.
FIU, and you got Villanova. Um, Real quick before we do go into that, I think I asked you this off the record over your house. If a team like Penn State beats Nevada 21-10, does that affect them in the polls? You think early in the year?
It should.
I was just thinking. I
It's
was
a
even
draw.
thinking that because I was thinking that at the pick game. I was talking to a couple of guys. I'm like, if we win this game like 24-7, I'm gonna, is it really a win? I mean, you almost feel like there's added pressure on the team that's supposed to win by 30 or 40 when they don't um beat the team up. So that's something. It's a good thing to talk about down the road. But we got some good stuff that happened, man. We want to talk about three top 10 matchups, and man, not a lot of scoring, huh, Schneider? These games were defensive. A lot of defense in these three games.
Oh, Ohio State, Texas was all D. No one's offense was really worth a crap in that game. Arch
That
looked bad for all the Heisman hype, which I was part of. He did not look good. He was subpar. Sayin looked better than him, which is
Yeah, I thought Sayan did well. I mean,
bad.
there's a lot of people I talked to going into that thought that was going to be. In fact, I was on a podcast, not going to name the podcast, about a week ago, and every single person but me picked Texas, and I'm like, eh. I at the horseshoe's the horseshoe, man. I mean, was there extra pressure on Sayan? Yeah, there was, but um, like me and you always talk about, Ohio State's just what 4 or 5 deep at every position. They're
So
gonna
is
be ready to
Texas.
go.
There's no
Well,
difference
they are
there.
too.
I mean, this
Uh,
that game came down to two plays. Ohio State scoring on a fourth and goal, and Texas not scoring on a fourth and goal. That's the game right there.
and like
If
you said, I mean,
Texas comes
nobody
Ohio State and Texas scores, if the score's reversed,
and nobody thought 14-7 in that game. I mean, I thought it would be at least like
that was much lower scoring than anyone thought.
I
Yeah,
thought it'd be like a 27-21 kind of game, something like that. But I was sort of taken back by the 14-7. It was exciting. It wasn't a bland game by no means, even though there wasn't a lot of scoring. It was an exciting game. Um, lot of NFL players, man. If you're watching that game, you're gonna be watching a lot of guys on Sunday next year. But the other game, Schneider, let's go with Clemson LSU. I think Clemson, out of all the teams that lost, the three big teams that lost were Clemson, Notre Dame, Texas, the three ranked top 10 teams. I think I think you agree with me on this. Clemson had the most hype going into this. I mean, Klubnik this, Klubnik that. They got all these guys on
well, they were
defense.
they were a top three, top five, who depend on you listen to, but yeah,
And I hate to give the guy credit, and you know this, everybody. I mean, I don't know if I've ever met a Brian Kelly fan, but hate to give him credit, but he had his team ready to go, man. They played a very strong game. I thought Neusmeyer did what he had to do. Um, it wasn't an overpowering offensive game, but I thought his defense did well.
No,
They shut the
and they
run.
they made LSU one, or they made Clemson one dimensional.
Yeah, they couldn't run. They couldn't outrun the
No,
ball at
not
all.
at all.
And
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 Klubnik wasn't that. What, he was about 50% on the night for that game, passing
yeah,
wise. So
I
he
agree.
didn't look
I
great.
once you stop that run, man, that was it's gonna be something to look at in the future for teams that can stop their run. Because I mean, that Clemson looked human to me. I mean, they look good, so I think LSU is gonna be better than people give them credit for. I think they could be a team that I mean, the SEC is the SEC, but we've seen, we'll get into a couple of the other games from the SEC after that. But the third of the three games, and this one, hey, I was wrong. I think you were wrong. I thought Miami was going to be that team that just came out and, all right, they're out of the top 20. Let's forget about them for a while. They look pretty legit, man. I mean, they did. I know Notre Dame had a young quarterback, but I didn't think the quarterback had any issues. I thought C.J. Carr played well. Um, they still ran pretty good. I mean, Javarian Price had 143 yards. Uh, Love didn't do nothing. Didn't get the ball, but like you were saying before, with Price getting the ball. But I got to give Miami credit, man. Defensively, that Ruben Bain's going to be a beast. They got some talent on the defensive side in Miami.
Oh, and Notre Dame, realistically, they couldn't throw the ball well. Between the pressure, the Miami's D, I mean, they played a really good game. And Carson Beck, give him some kudos.
Oh
The
yeah,
guy
I mean
played
he
a good
came out.
game.
And you want to talk about a
He
kid
wasn't
that's
he wasn't great, but he played a real good game.
and you talk
And
about a
that's,
kid that
well, I mean, Notre Dame defense is good. They're maybe not the best in the whole country, but they're very good.
oh
And
they got
he made a
talent
lot of
throughout.
nice throws against that D.
They got talent throughout that defense, man.
Yeah.
Um, I got to give back credit too because I think of all the players that played in Week 1, maybe minus Arch Manning. I think he had the most pressure on him. I mean, this kid, the question wasn't is he going to be all right. That was the question. Like, is he? Oh, can he? Georgia didn't want to keep him. Is he going to go there and just flame out? And he had some pressure on him. I thought the kid played well. Looked confident in the post game interviews and stuff. He looked like Miami's is legit. And I think that'll take me to the one question I have for you. What was one thing you took from this past weekend? Was it? I mean, we'll get into other games too, but like, what was your biggest take of the weekend? Was it like is Alabama? Is this what we're gonna get from them all year? Do you think? Are they gonna lose
Kalen
3 or 4
DeBoer,
games?
Kalen DeBoer's in trouble.
Oh, he's in big trouble. I
The only
still
thing
got
is
that.
saving him. There's only one thing saving him right now. That's a $70 million buyout.
Oh, yeah.
If that
That's
wasn't there, he'd be gone already.
looking
And
for.
I'm going to give you a general one. I can't remember exact numbers, but Nick Saban during his whole time at Alabama was roughly 131-4 against unranked teams. Okay,
Wow.
Kalen DeBoer in 2 years is 4-4.
Against unranked?
Yes,
Oh, wow. That's bad.
yeah. Oh, yes, it's going to get him fired.
Well, you figure Vanderbilt and Florida State right off the bat are two big games that we know they didn't really show up. I mean,
And Florida State this year, I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
he's
Yeah,
in trouble.
Vanderbilt and Florida State. And what I came out of this, and you might be like, come on. I took out that the ACC is going to be a tougher conference than people give credit for. I think Florida State's legit, man. The speed on defense
I'd
they
like to
had,
see a little more,
I do
but at
too.
least they have a quarterback that's at least capable, which is going to help him a lot.
I think Florida State and Miami just up the ante a little bit in that conference. And let's not forget though North Carolina pretty much took a step back. Everybody's like, oh, North Carolina's gonna make it a tougher conference. That didn't look like that's gonna shape up the way people thought. I still think Clemson's gonna be the team you got to go after because like we always talk about that didn't really hurt them in the grand scheme of
No,
things because
no,
you
it doesn't
losing
hurt the conference at all.
nah. But I think some of the other teams I saw around the conference, I think SMU, they play Baylor this week. I really want to see that game just to see what they bring. But I think the ACC may have a little bit more punch than people think. Is it SEC or Big Ten punch? No, I'm not going to say
Way
that.
too early. Way too
But I
early to worry about.
nah. But I think I think they could compete with on a third tier with like a Big 12 possibly, which I didn't think that going in. But I think might be a little bit more talent in this conference with. But when you have two Florida teams that seem like they found something, that's always a scary thing because they got some they got skill and talent, just a matter of putting it together. So we talked about the three big games. We talked a little bit about the Alabama game. Nobody else. I mean, Penn State, Georgia did what they're supposed to do.
Who
Georgia
cares?
beat
Yeah, they play
yeah,
cupcakes.
and
Cupcake U games get them over.
basically the whole rest of the way there was nothing really else that stands out. I thought Tennessee played pretty well, playing against a decent. Not that Syracuse is real good, but it was a matchup that wasn't horrible. And I thought Joey Aguilar put himself. He's another guy that had a little bit of pressure on him. I thought he did well in his first start for Tennessee. Um, I think you talked about this before. Kansas State. I mean, they made our top 25 barely, but they almost went 0-2. I mean, North Dakota, they played
Played
them
them.
till the end, man. They 38-35
Did.
game. Um,
And it wasn't me voting for them, so
yeah, that
I had them
happens,
out.
man. They snuck
They're
in
not
there. They
that.
snuck in there.
They have problems. They haven't fixed them. They're gonna have problems. They have time yet. There's plenty of time, but
But
they got to fix things.
Schneider, we had our first week of the season, and that means also our first Impact HVAC Player of the Week. We could have named a bunch of guys that played against. There were some guys that put up numbers. Jordan Tyson went off on against Northern Arizona. He plays for Arizona State. A couple other guys just beat up on these really bad teams. So we went with Georgia Tech quarterback Haynes King as our first Impact HVAC Player of the Week. Impact HVAC, a great HVAC company in Pittsburgh. Give them a call. They'll come do whatever you need, heat, AC, whatever you need. Impact HVAC got you. Haynes King could be a guy that nobody really talks about in that group of quarterbacks this year at the beginning of the year that could become a player that we have to know draft time. 6'3", he can run and throw. Running's better than throwing, I think, a little bit right now. But Georgia Tech's offense, I think you ask any team in college football, they're not a team you want to play against just because of the way they're an unorthodox team. Colorado showed that. I mean, they struggled against Georgia Tech, and Haynes King had 156 yards on the ground with 3 touchdowns, threw for another 143 yards. So Haynes King, you are our first Impact HVAC Player of the Week. It was a little tougher this year. Last year, we could just name we could have named the thing Ashton Genty Award because he basically every week just put up monster numbers, and it was hard not to go with him. But some couple other guys did well defensively. Ruben Bain, we talked about earlier from Miami. Your guy Danny Dennis something. He looks like he could be a beast all year long for Penn State. So they thank you, Impact HVAC. It'll be our Player of the Week every week, and Haynes King, you get the first one for us. So Schneider, before we go to commercial, we're going to get into the Week 2 games, and let's premise this or give them a little scoop that there ain't many good games this week coming up, is there?
No, they're not. There's 2, 3. You could maybe say 4, but it's going to be tough to get there.
And it's basically what teams do. If you're going to play that marquee matchup in Week 1, you're not going to play. Most times you're not going to match up 2 in a row. So you're going to take a step back.
Cupcake you.
Yeah. But guys, once again, don't forget www.gianavia.com. Great food, great atmosphere, lots of beer on tap, man. They have a you wouldn't think you're down Cassie Village, they would have that many beers on tap. They have a ton of beer on tap. It's gonna be on our what's on tap section here. By the weekend, we're gonna have it on there. They're a yearly sponsor with us. We got some new guys coming in sponsor wise, so I'm going to thank all them. But we'll go to commercial. We'll come back with our week 2 matchups and what to expect for week 2. Schneider, I must say, I actually starting to dig at music. It's sort of like a classy kind of jazzy kind of music. I sort of like that, man. And once again, if you guys saw it out there, Villain Network, Villain Media, there's a lot of different schools, man. Especially in the we got the Midwest. It looks like sewed up with the Iowas and the Vanderbilts, and we got Schneider up here in Penn
Vanderbilt's in the
State.
South. What are you
All right,
talking? Vanderbilt's South.
all right. I just was saying, man, we got some different schools out there. And that's a great segue because we talked about this off. I mean, the best game, we're going to get into that in a couple minutes, but Iowa State might be one of the best rivalry games for early in the year. I mean, that's a great.
Oh, it's a great rivalry game.
And both teams have some
scoring.
talent, man.
Yeah. Well, it's a tough game. It's going to be a low scoring game. This could be one of them games that's like 14-10.
And
like we saw last week.
And not to mention, Iowa State's already, I mean, they've been down the gauntlet already. They traveled out of the country. They played, this will be their third game now.
Let's not call it a gauntlet. Come on.
Well, I mean, that's you still got, kids have traveled. You played a big conference game, so they're 1-0 in the conference.
It was a nice game again. The Kansas State game was big for them. But then North Dakota State, come on. They played good.
No, they played South Dakota.
College, they're not someone you should lose to.
They played South Dakota.
Whichever Dakota.
Yeah, North Dakota almost beat K-State. South Dakota got crunched by Iowa State 55-7. This is a good game, man. If I had to pick a game to watch, this would be one of the 2 or 3, maybe 4, like you said. It's a good matchup. It's a game that you're going to see a lot of teams. Either team has much to lose. Like, again, it's another out-of-conference game to start the season. I mean, Iowa State wins this game. They're sitting pretty there. They got a nice win in the conference. They beat their big rival. They're already 3-0. Iowa State, they're 15 in ours right now, a couple votes behind SMU. So they can set themselves up nicely though for when the conference play hits week to week kind of thing. Because we already talked about the Big 12 and what they're gonna deal with week to week in that conference. I like Rocco Beck. I think he's a guy, like I told you before. I don't think he's gonna go in the top 4 rounds. He's gonna be that 5th, 6th, 7th round guy. Tough kid though, man. I mean, Anthony Beck, father. I mean, the kid showed me something in the later parts of that game against K-State. Here's the game though, Schneider. Oh, not this one. I'm sorry. Whoop. That's not the game. That's the villains in the media. Here it is right here. Here's the game. Why isn't it going in? Remove.
I can't answer that for you.
Oh,
there it is.
Michigan, Oklahoma. This is the only. I'm gonna make sure I'm right on this. Yes, this is the only top 25 matchup of the week. We're 2 top 25s. In ours, it's 16 Oklahoma, 18 Michigan. Great matchup, man. This is a good time to see if that. What's that?
Should be a good game. It really should.
I think I want to see what Underwood does in this game. I mean, I know he put up some numbers last week against.
I want to see what Mateer does.
That's true. I think this is a game where I think both of these teams are gonna have to try to showcase themselves and try to prove that hey, this is they're a real deal. I mean, Oklahoma destroyed Illinois State, nothing big. Michigan
Yeah,
didn't really put down New Mexico as much as you would have liked to seen 34-17. But I know Bryce Underwood in the offense, they had over 400 yards altogether in the offense. So
but it was all
um,
running. No,
that's
the
true.
passing game was very weak.
And that's, I mean, Michigan fans don't want to see that because that's, you want to see a passing game. You want to see a little bit of the
You
years
need to
that
see
they
something.
won. Yeah, the year that they won was the year they had a little bit of passing. I mean, they still had a great run. They always have a great running game, but
Yeah, but you have to have some kind of threat. Right
like
now, they don't have it.
McCarthy was a perfect combo for what they had on that team. Just not a guy that's gonna abuse you with the pass, but became a first
And it's
round
not
draft pick.
and it's not Oklahoma. So
Yeah, it's gonna be a nice matchup. I mean, that's definitely a marquee matchup. The only
that's the
marquee
big game to
matchup.
watch this weekend. No doubt.
Yeah, I mean, there's basically everything else. The third game, I think we talked about. There's only a couple teams even in the top 25 that go on the road. Arizona State goes at Mississippi State. I'd be shocked if Mississippi
Yeah.
State can give them a game. Um, Ole Miss to Kentucky. I mean, it's a conference game. You never know, I guess. Um,
Yeah, it depends how Kentucky is this year. Kentucky has those years where they're pretty good. Then you have those years where Kentucky's not very good at all. It's just you don't know. Ole Miss is going to be good.
a
Kiffin
unique
has that
game.
program up running pretty well. They're going to be good.
A unique game, which I think Oregon's going to win by 30 points, but it's Oregon Oklahoma State. I thought that was a cool matchup, but this ain't a good Oklahoma State team by no means. Um,
Nope.
that could get pretty nasty soon. And other than that, man, I mean,
Oh, there was one other game, and I can't remember who you were talking about. Duke
Illinois,
has someone.
Illinois at Duke,
Yes, that was it.
and the other one that sort of tickles my fancy because they looked really good in week 0 with South Florida. They're playing Florida, and I know that could be a sneaky one for Florida. It's at Florida, but I mean South Florida looked really good, and they crushed they pretty much annihilated Boise State in week 1. So look for a that could be a sneaky matchup to watch. Um, I don't know how many people are really sold on Florida. I think Florida's a good team, but would you be really shocked if a South Florida came in there and was able
Yes.
to hang with them? You would?
Yeah. They're
Uh,
still much better in South Florida.
and then all the other ones, like you said before, it's cream puff you. You got Alabama, Louisiana Monroe, and they're
Not
not
even
even
worth
worth even talking.
mentioning.
Nah.
All these
But
teams playing nobodies.
what so once we get past like basically get past like 3-4 weeks of a game here, a game there, pretty good. Then you get into the conferences start hitting hard and heavy. I mean, you're starting to see now with some of these bigger conferences, you're seeing conference games trickle through earlier now, like this Kentucky
Yeah,
game.
true.
So you're starting to see it a little bit early in the year now, which I don't mind it. I like getting it going. I don't know about week 1 or week 0 how K State and Iowa State did. I mean,
No, TV money comes into play.
definitely definitely a big thing. But
How much money do they get to play over there on a primetime game, leading the whole weekend for that conference and them teams?
what's a player or two in the games that you watched this week that stood out to you? Guys that you're like, wow. Anybody made you do like a double take? Like, man, you know what that guy's
Double
phenomenal.
take's not real. I didn't see anyone. I mean, I watched basically the big three games. That's all I really watched.
That Ruben Bain in the Miami game, I thought
I
was
mean, he was good. Alabama, and
Florida
if I
State.
was saying everything from Florida State, it would have been the quarterback for Florida State,
Ca-
Castellano.
yeah,
He was
Castellanos
a spark plug.
From Boston
He was a
College.
spark plug, definitely. The Ohio State Texas game, there really wasn't anyone, and the Clemson, that was
I,
another low scoring game. So no, there
I like.
wasn't. Wano
I
would
thought
probably been my biggest guy.
I actually liked what Newsmeyer did. I know he didn't put up huge numbers, but I thought he
Oh, he was
played a
good.
good.
He was solid
Yeah, he played like a
against a
with all
good
the
D.
yeah against a real good D. I thought he did well. wasn't really impressed with I know Clemson's the big three on the defensive line. They made plays here and there, but I didn't think they disrupted the game as much as I thought that
I didn't either. I didn't
they
think
were
they
gonna
were
do.
that dominant.
Yeah, I thought LSU really showed a I think LSU, the reason they won that game, we talked about it. They won the offensive line and the defensive line. I thought that they protected the quarterback well, and we already talked about they had no Clemson
No,
had no run game
Clemson could not
whatsoever.
run the ball whatsoever.
And
LSU shut them down.
Klubnik had some opportunities. I'm not saying I'm not going to put the guy down, but there were some open opportunities. He was high on a couple. I know it's
You
week
see that.
one, man.
You see that a lot in week one games.
Yeah, I mean, there's no. I
Being
mean,
there's no preseason in college, early on in these games, week one, maybe even to
yeah, they're
week two, you see
that's
these
true.
teams struggle a little bit. No
Quarterbacks don't
catching.
even, and the quarterbacks don't even. They don't face real pressure until that first week. I mean, because I
Well, you're not allowed to
even
hit them. The money's too big.
that's what I mean. So even when you go to like to the the blue gold games or whatever, the purple yellow
Yeah,
games, whatever they are, them quarterbacks aren't even getting close to getting touched. So
you
um
haven't seen anything yet. Who's really good and who's not. So that's yet
no.
to come. Don't give up on no one yet, but some guys showed more than others, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess the two things that I'm gonna keep an eye on are two things we talked about going in is Caleb DeBoer gonna last the season? You said about the 70 million. Is it one of them deals where Alabama might have to just step? I mean, I know they're gonna beat their cream puffs, but man, I mean, are they a guarantee to beat anybody? I mean, I wish he was out
Right
there.
now, no.
Where you at, Vandy, Chris? Because I mean, you beat him last year, and he said he's gonna beat him again. Maybe he's on to something. I thought he was crazy for saying that because I
No.
thought,
If they beat him again, DeBoer is gone.
oh, there's no doubt. 2 years in a row to Vandy. I mean, that's just
Yeah.
you're basically kicking yourself out the door doing that. But everybody, thank you once again for joining in. A little quiet tonight on the comments page. It's all right. We got Gianna Via's Restaurant and Bar. You are watching Draftstorm. It's brought to you by Gianna Via's tonight. I'm telling you what, man. You walk in that place, it's always packed. Um, there's always something going on, like meal wise. They have an all you can eat wing night, which is actually tonight, Wednesdays, or I think it's after 11 o'clock in the afternoon. They have all you can eat wings. Great food. Go down to Gianna Via's in Cassie Village, 5301 Grove Road. Got a big party call 412-882-6500. And like I said, if you just want to go hang out at the bar, you can go in there, have beers, mixed drinks. They have a little bit of everything there at Gianna Via's. So thank you, Gianna Via's. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, everybody out there for watching. I've seen people watching, no one talking tonight. But that's all right. We'll get you as the season starts to heat up here. The week two games. We're gonna come back next week, talk about the week two games, pretty much talk about the Michigan game and a couple of the other ones we talked about, and then get into some week three matchups, which I did do a little quick peek. There's a couple better games, so it's getting a little bit better as we get going down, but there's still a lot of cream puffs on the schedules at this point. Schneider, thank you so much.
No problem.
Guys, remember www.sportsbible.com and follow us on YouTube. I used to have the YouTube link here. I don't got that here right now, but follow the YouTube link. We get to 500. We're gonna have a jersey giveaway. It's a Heinz Ward autographed from the Batman movie, but Dark Knight. So join that and come on up. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good one.